Good morning, movers and shakers. You might be wondering where I am this morning, as I was meant to be racing, but because of this weather, everything has been cancelled. So my original plan for today was the Hampstead Forest Half Marathon with Greener Miles. Had it booked for a couple of months, been training for it, but this cold snap that we're having lasted all week really. We had a lot of snow earlier in the week and it's just been super icy since then. It just hasn't lifted at all. So they cancelled that race on Wednesday evening. Fair enough, safety is safety, and I had to try and find an alternate race for today to try and get my mileage in. Very glad I put my ice spikes on. Don't think I've ever actually worn them before, maybe once, because it's absolutely lethal out here. Pavements are like an ice rink. So I started looking around for replacement events and saw that Wild Deer, which is another company I've run with quite a lot of times, had a half marathon at Harewood House today as well. So that was another, an hour in the other direction, but still fairly close to me. So I signed up for that Wednesday night. I think they'd headed out on Thursday morning to do a course check. Found that also wasn't going to go ahead. Too much snow, too much ice. Not safe for parking and running and all that good stuff. So I was 2 races cancelled within the space of 2 days, and I was pretty quickly running out of ideas. So sometimes it's just not worth the risk running, but I knew that I really needed to get a longer run in still. I've got the Lisbon Half Marathon coming up at the start of March, which is the first in the series of super halves, which I will be attempting to do in the next couple of years. So I know I need to keep my mileage up a little bit. The next plan was to do a park run. Got a couple of local park runs that I can maybe run to, do the park run and run home for a little bit of extra distance. So I was scouting all these out. Come Thursday night, Friday morning, all the park runs cancelled as well. Again, similar reasons. Too icy, parking not safe. That's 2 races and all the local park runs cancelled. And I'm left with ice everywhere and still needing to get at least a 10k run in. It's pretty cold. The river and all the ponds here are completely frozen over. Woo! So, to go back to the question of where am I this morning, I am out on the Teesdale Way. Sun's very bright. So Teesdale Way runs right from the mouth of the Tees all the way through to Redcart to the sea, and luckily I'm pretty close to a few sections of it. So I've run from my house in Stockton all the way through Preston Park, and I'm going to run all alongside the river here into Yarm to warm up with a nice coffee. So after dropping down that nice fun hill, we find ourselves back down by the riverside again here. Now we follow the river all the way around to Yarm, on this nice easy trail. Lovely morning. This section of the field is sometimes full of cows that are slightly too inquisitive for their own good. Thankfully, I think they're further up the hill somewhere today, so we should be safe from a stampede. All these little jetties along here are fishing spots as well. I don't think I've ever seen it with nobody fishing, so that shows you just how cold it is this morning. It's pretty hard going when the ground is frozen so solid. It's kind of like running on concrete the whole way. We've only got a kilometre left to go. I can almost taste that coffee. Come on. Oh man, it's a shame I didn't bring my ice skates. Almost there. Just passing Yarm School now. The Hogwarts of the Northeast. This last little section, before we actually get into Yarm, is actually the most single track trail of the whole way. Some good little twists and turns before we finish. Never trust this boardwalk at the best of times. I think we'll go around today. And we finally arrive into Yarm and into the beer garden of the Bluebell. Perfect place for a pint. It's a bit cold today, so we're going to head into town and get a coffee instead.